Hello, welcome to Play by Ardubich. Today I'm playing Tree of Life, Beginning of a Journey by oddonegames. This game is in early access still, so it's not a complete product, and there's also not a ton of players. It is classified as an MMO. In terms of genre, it's a open world survival, kind of sandbox craft your way type game. Similar to that of Minecraft, but much better graphics. Not AAA quality graphics. It is, it's better than the 16-bit or 32-bit or 64 or whatever that you've been getting from a lot of the Minecraft type games. One of the biggest differences though is a lot of the Minecraft type games rely on private servers, whereas this game, being an MMO, it is one big server per region. I did create a character and played around a little bit on the American server, so I'm going to go ahead and create a new character on the European server. That way you guys can experience the game from the start with me. Fortunately for me, but unfortunately for this video, I did get quite a few hours of gameplay in already, so I kind of know my way around, know how things work, know how to survive. Whereas the first time I played, I spent a lot of time dead and a lot of time trying to figure things out, which probably would have been good for the video, but it doesn't hurt to start off having already know what to do. So let's get our character created. There aren't a lot of character customization options. In fact, the only thing you can change right now is the hair. I'm gonna go bald. This doesn't really matter since I don't have hair, but I guess it affects my eyebrows. Skin color, it's got a little tan there. And I want dark brown eyes. Yeah, that'll work. As far as the ships go, this isn't you choosing your ship, this is pretty much just choosing starting location. It'd make a lot more sense if they changed this from ship to location and then just gave you kind of like an idea on the map where you started off at. For my American character, I used this ship and it starts you off in the bottom right hand corner. This one probably starts you off in the bottom left hand corner and this one somewhere at the top. Let's go ahead and start with a different location than this one. That way there's still kind of a newness effect. Go ahead and start up top. Alright, so we are fresh off the boat. Alright, so essentially our ship crashed and we are stranded on this island. There's no fog of war on the map. I wonder if I can... Okay, I can't destroy those or get any supplies from them. Show you the map here. The world is kind of a big place. It's just one continent mainly, but to get from here, traveling all the way down here, it would take quite a few in-game days, and as far as time in real life, probably a good 4 or 5 hours, I would say. Okay, yeah, so I'm start up here. This will put me closer to like the desert and the tundra area. A little weird having a desert right next to frozen tundra. But hey, whatever. The last game I started, I was down right here. I ended up working my way up across here and into this area here, but not before dying a lot along this coastline. So it looks like we're going to start here and have to work our way across these little mini islands into the inland continent here. I think the other ship starts somewhere around here. show you starting inventory here. So you start off with a shirt, a pair of pants, and then in your inventory you got 2 pieces of bread, some matches, 1 bandage, and 8 twigs. Your stats all start at basic level, and you have no skills. As you do things in game, you'll level up your skills automatically depending on which one you use, and that'll allow you to craft higher tier equipment or gear or structures. This is a sandbox game, and as you can see right in front of me here, there's a little player built colony, and there's an enemy right there, so I'm not going to get too close, but you can kind of peek in here and see that they have a few buildings. It looks like they're getting tore apart because there are some enemies in there, and NPCs will attack buildings. Other players can attack buildings. Like I can just start punching this right now if I wanted, but I'm not going to do that. Anything good here? No. If you look in the top right hand corner, we have the mini map, and then you have a like at the time of day. It looks like we're just a little bit past noon right now. There are day-night cycles, and when it gets into the deep night, you literally can't see anything. Even if you equip yourself with a torch or you're by a campfire, it'll only light up the immediate area around you and not make it so you can see, you know, forever away like you can in the day, which I kind of like, but sometimes it gets annoying at night. In the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, you have 4 little icons. From left to right, the heart is your health, the brain is your soul, the fist is your stamina, and the stomach is your hunger. The hunger will decrease over time, and once it hits, I think it's like 50 or something like that, or maybe a little lower, you move at a much slower rate and regain stamina much slower. Stamina regains automatically or whenever you eat food, and you need stamina to attack. As you can see, it's going down there as I attack. If you want to run, you double click the move to run, and it'll drain your stamina fast. So you only get short short bursts of sprints here. Got a little tongue-tied there. As you can tell, I only ran maybe 30 yards, maybe 40 yards before my stamina was completely depleted. The soul, when you die, you turn into a ghost for a certain amount of time, and from what I understand, the more filled that your soul is, the less time you spend as a ghost. And then health is self-explanatory, it's your HP. The only way to regen health that I've found is the use of bandages. So let's go ahead and get started here. It's going to get dark quick, so I kind of want to get some equipment before it does get dark. This area looks like they have a lot more enemies than the other area I was started off in. These little soul pieces here, when you collect those, it'll build your soul up. And I'm at 110 of 110, so I'm not going to collect any more right now. And your guy is absolute beast because watch how you cut down trees. You punch the crap out of it. And after punching it enough times, the tree will just disappear pretty much. Stuff will pop out of the ground. So the animations are a little light. There's other games out there that when you try to cut down a tree, you have to have an axe, and it'll actually make the cutting motion. You don't have that in this game, but you know, it's whatever. It's a minor detail to me, honestly. About to get this down here. So it dropped a lot of apples and a lot of twigs, and then when you destroy the entire thing, sometimes it'll drop a log, which when you punch the crap out of the log, it'll split it into firewood. The firewood is used for many different things. My dude's exhausted, so I can't attack anymore until I regen a little bit. Just pick up some of these apples, be able to eat the apples and regen some stamina here. So you have to hit F to pick up items. There's no area loot, unfortunately. And as you can tell, it's starting to get dark, so I wasn't able to get as much done as I'd like before the first darkness, but it's fine. Alright, we have enough stamina to take this log out. Alright, and that's going to increase our logging skill as well as provide us with firewood. Then the other thing that the trees have a chance of dropping are these saplings here. So you can pick up the sapling and then you can choose to replant it wherever. It doesn't always drop saplings, but, you know, sometimes it does. And that just helps to replenish woodland. Trees will respawn on their own and grow on their own, but if you want a nice wooded area, you can kind of self-make it by planting saplings. Alright, we're going to go into our equipment and craft a torch here. So we're going to grab these twigs, pull them over here, and it's going to tell us that we can craft a torch. Alright, that gives us a torch here. Clear all this out. So we got our torch, and the torch does have a timer on it before its durability is up and it's no good anymore. As you can see in the bottom left hand corner, we have a notice that we are hungry, so let's go ahead and eat. To eat, you hit the number, excuse me, you hit the quick bar number that the food is equipped on, and then you hold right mouse click and drag over and just let go, and that'll eat. And you can only eat a certain amount each time, or there's a little cooldown timer before you can eat again. Whenever you cook a food, it will increase how much it satisfies your hunger, and then different foods will satisfy your hunger better. Like if I was to go kill that wolf over there, the wolf, not wolf, wolf. If I was to kill the wolf and it dropped meat, then I could cook the meat and it would satisfy quite a bit of my hunger. I have not noticed if your health declines over time when you're starving. Maybe at some point we'll find that out in this video. We'll go ahead and just eat all 4 apples and then carry on. It's nighttime anyways, so it'll be a little hard to see stuff. And it actually does get darker than this. Alright, 2 more apples to go. While it's dark, we'll go through the menus a little bit here. Let's try to see if I can get somewhere safe-ish. Okay, go ahead and hit E here. So, because I cut down the tree, or punched it down, I got a level in logging, which increases some of my stats, and then it'll help me with loot when logging later on. This is all the stats that you can gain skill in. I won't read each one. I'll just scroll through it here and let you kind of scope it out. I don't know what the points left are for because you can't spend the points. What these icons are for is, and I'm not sure why you would even change this, but you can choose to either allow experience gain, you can stop experience gain, or you can actually allow yourself to lose experience in this. And I'm not sure if maybe and this points left is maybe I have 1 point in logging, so you start off with like 400 points, and that determines your mastery or whatever. So say I want to increase all the way in like carpentry, hammer, and something else, but I don't want to progress in, say, music or something, so that it doesn't take up my points. I can actually stop this, or say I want to unlearn logging, I can go and click the down arrow for logging, and I'll eventually lose the points for it and be able to get them in the other areas here. That's what I'm assuming all this is for. So if I'm correct, that means you can have 400 skill points before you're maxed out. There is a crime system. This is if you're attacking other players, if you're taking out other buildings, like if I was to attack someone's fort or like this house right next to me here, I'd get a criminal record for taking out the house. Theft as well. I haven't seen that you can steal stuff yet, but I know there is lock picking. You are able to use other people's stuff. Like if I could find a campfire that someone threw down, I can throw firewood on it and use it to cook my food, and there won't be any kind of repercussions for that. So here's the campfire. I don't have any food I can cook right now, but if I throw the firewood onto this here, it looks like someone tried burning a wooden club. And the wooden club doesn't even have any durability, so we're just going to throw that on the ground. But I could throw firewood here, throw some, it doesn't have to be meat, I can put the apples on there, make baked apples or anything like that, and then it will cook that. The progress bar will fill. When it's filled, it'll have a cooked item. For the logs, it'll have a bar that decreases, and when the bar decreases, it burns 1 unit of fuel. So that's how you use campfires. I already showed a little bit of crafting when I made the torch. I don't have enough firewood to make a club yet. Oh, yeah, I do. Never mind. Alright, so we'll go ahead and make a club so we have a weapon here. And as you can tell, this is tinkering, or thinkering, I guess. And this is carpentry. So crafting these won't have any effect on the carpentry skill line. Alright, so we got us a club. Go ahead and craft another club, I guess. That'll probably make it carpentry level 1, which will allow us to, I think, build a workbench. Oh, it'll let us build a bonfire. The workbench is carpentry 2. For healing, if you get linen pieces, you can craft lesser bandages. Or linen pieces and bone pieces, you can craft intermediate bandages. In order to craft linen pieces, you have to be by a workbench, which there's one right here. Okay, and the linen pieces, in order to craft 1 linen piece, you need 2 flax. In my other game, it took me forever to find flax, and even once I was able to find it, I couldn't really find a lot of it. And it's really easy to die in this game, so flax, and hence bandages, is very important to find. I want to make another club because I want to be able to make the fishing rod. The fishing rod is very useful as far as staying alive. I'll need to find some durable straps. You get the durable straps from vines. That and our torch ended up burning up last night anyway, so... Alright, so we got a club, got another torch, got a level in carpentry and thinkering. I am almost out of food. Let's see if starving takes out your health some here. Alright, so I'm at 0 food. So far I'm not noticing anything as far as health decrease. A lot of people might not agree with me because they don't like difficulty, but I would really like to see that if you run out of if you run out of food and you're starving, I'd like to see that start decreasing your health. I'm sure though we're not going to really regen stamina as easily. It looks like it's not too hard to regen. Yeah, it's slower, but it's not crippling. Let me go ahead and eat. So each bread gives us 150 for our hunger. There we go. So being almost at 300 will help us out a little bit. Let me get more firewood and twigs and all that stuff, maybe some apples, and we'll start our hunt for different resources. I got twigs falling on my head. Okay, so it did drop us a firewood log there, but as you can tell, it didn't drop a sapling. Not that I really cared about replanting the tree anyway. Since I was punching stuff barehanded, it increased my martial arts. If I was to equip the club and start attacking stuff, it would increase my hammer skill. Go ahead and pull this out of my inventory. Alright, 30 is the max you can hold for twigs. We'll have plenty of twig later, so I'm just going to drop these ones on the ground. Alright, let's try to find some other resources here. I don't really have a use for stone right now. Let's see what these green things are here on the ground. I might get attacked by that dude there. Cabbage. I do want cabbages. I'm going to drop some seeds. I will show farming at some point. I don't know if it'll be in this specific video or if it'll be maybe like the next video or something. I might even wait until I find a place to go ahead and start settling down before I do farmland. Alright, so we got us some cabbage, some apples. We even have some seeds. Where do I want to go? We need to go southeast. Let's see if we can climb up this hill here. I won't be able to climb up that, that's too steep, but I think I should be able to climb up this here. We'll stop and grab more cabbages. Alright, and then wells you can get water from. So you can put locks on buildings to prevent other people from using them. You can either do basic locks where no one can use them, or you can do like guild locks. If you create a guild in this game, people in your guild can use the items. Here's some vines, so we'll go ahead and get some straps. If I can get it to attack. There we go. It looks like there's a rare one that dropped. I don't know what the point of the rare ones are, but it's got to be good, right? There's some copper up here. We'll go ahead and get us some copper, I guess. We'll be able to use this to make a shovel. And the shovel will allow us to get dirt, which we can then use for making a farm. And it's through it everywhere. I don't really need the stone piece right now, so inventory is a little bit of a premium, so you have to be careful with it. Alright, got a good little view from here, so you can see at this little starting area here, you got a little bit of a community growing there, but it looks like a lot of it got torn down. I think we started, let's see if I can aim, you can kind of see the little circle in the middle. I think we started right here, because that's where the, what was it? The fire pit. That's where the fire pit we used was. So we covered a decent amount of distance really quickly. There's a player-built village there. Looks like another one there. Some random houses, and then you got a big one down there. And we want to work up over there on that little straight. So let's go ahead and head that way. This little thing right here is a farm or a field, whatever. We'll be able to craft those later and plant seeds and do a little farming. See if this well's unlocked, get us some water. Awesome. The water will help increase your stamina, or regenerate stamina, I guess. Alright, at this station we can make wooden planks, probably for building like these houses here. The houses will allow you to store items in it. We could steal this dude's stuff if we wanted to, but I'll avoid crime for now. Maybe if you guys request seeing some crime, leave it in the comments, and might do a little bit later. I'll get us some more thick straps here, durable straps. Yeah, we'll go ahead and get us some potatoes, I guess. So meat is by far the most satisfying thing you can eat in this game. Some of the smaller stuff like your vegetables and fruits, they're not going to satisfy much of your hunger. And it's starting to get dark. What is this? Drawing table. Okay, so you can craft a well here if you have 5 paper and 2 charcoal. Can I use this campfire? Is it locked? Alright, we'll go ahead and camp here for the night. Cook all of our food before we eat any of it. Let's see. I can craft a fishing rod. Go ahead and do that now while we wait for some time to pass. Do I need 1 or 2 straps? 2. I don't know if I'll be able to use that rare one because I don't know of anything that only needs 1. Fishing is the easiest way to get really good food, because you can get, you know, fish meat, crab meat, you can get shrimp, just stuff that you aren't able to get easily unless you're hunting animals or something. Pull these out just because once we cook them, we'll have to pull them out anyway. Let's see, is there anything else that we're going to need here? Not right now. Could we craft anything else? Could craft our own bonfire, but why waste the resources when there's one right here? I don't have any bone pieces yet, so I can't make a dagger. No flax and no linen pieces. Might make a knife later when I get tin, though. Alright, so it's officially night now. I'm gonna wait a little bit until like it gets really dark to use the campfire, just so we have it for the light anyway, at least. See if we can explore around here a little bit. So survival tent, again, this is just inventory holding. Could steal that dude's torch if I wanted. Well, we'll go ahead and take some more water, right? It doesn't stack though, so I might end up just dumping that water out later on. Anything good over here? A workbench. So here's the shovel that I said we could craft. Do we want to craft one now? No, because I might need the firewood. Once we get some flax, we can craft the linen pieces or hay. We can also craft hay with wheat. Can craft flour. There's the field that I was telling you that we can make to start doing farming. And then you can start doing locks. Rusty tin guild lock, rusty tin regular lock. This is kind of like a fertilized field, I'm guessing, and you need poo for it. From what I understand, the way you get poo is you feed pigs. I'm assuming you can probably feed any livestock like cow, pigs, or whatever, and it'll produce poo, and then you can use that to make fertilized fields. And then their livestock can get sick, so you can craft medicine for them. You can also make fences as well. I think we're going to go ahead and avoid crafting for now just because we're low on resources. And it is getting pretty dark out. Okay, we equipped our torch here. We'll go ahead and load up the firewood. As you can see, it'll start, well, once I light it, it'll start burning. Can I cook cabbages? Alright, since I have a torch in my hand, I can go ahead and light it with the torch, or on my number 5 slot, I have matches, I can light it with that. So we'll light it here. And, okay, we can cook cabbages, so the cooking process fills and the fuel process depletes. This one satisfies 70 hunger and 20 stamina, whereas uncooked, it doesn't do any stamina and only 50 hunger, so a little bit of a bonus from cooking it. We might not get all of our food cooked with how little firewood we have. I thought for some reason I had more, but I must have used it in making the clubs, so burned a little bit of it there. We won't even get through all the cabbages. And we've been starving for half the night now, still no health decrease, so I don't think that happens. Again, we are a novice, so maybe once difficulty rate ranks up, maybe then the survival becomes an issue. We're about to run out of firewood, and unfortunately you can't just put twigs in it, I don't think. I'll try, but I don't think you can. We're not going to finish cooking this one, I don't think. Maybe. Oh, barely. Oh, we had another fuel. See if it'll burn the twigs. Awesome, it will burn the twigs. So I'll go ahead and carry more twigs with us now too. I think the twigs are burning faster though, so... But that's fine, we pick up twigs like they're nothing. I can probably get all those twigs back from 1, maybe 2 trees. Okay, we're out of stuff cooking here, so we're just wasting fuel now. You have to clear the cooked food out before you can start cooking more food. And this one goes from 20 stamina, 20 hunger, to 35 of each. Alright, the potato is 70 hunger to start with. Let's see what it is cooked. It cooks a lot slower than the other food. Wow. It more than doubles. So it goes from 60 to 150. Alright, last one to cook. Fire. Alright, then once the fuel runs out and there's no more left, the fire will go out. You'll have to relight it if you want to light it again. And of course add more fuel. But no reason to burn any more fuel because we don't have anything else to cook. Let's go ahead and eat some food though. I believe, yeah, when you drop under 50 on your hunger, that's when you start slowing down. Or actually it's under 60 it looks like. Because kind of moving a little slow right now. Eat, and I'm pretty much running. I don't know if moving decreases your hunger faster or not. It drops pretty quickly when you're just chilling though, so... definitely need to keep eating. And the moon's starting to set and the sun will start to rise over here. There are sun rays, as you can tell. So the angle of the light will change as the sun progresses throughout the sky. Alright, now that we're back to daylight, let's go ahead and continue our journey. As we run here. No, we don't need any more straps. Couple enemies there. What's this? I think this is just flowers or potatoes, maybe. Sprout. Let's see what we can get from the sprouts. The undead creatures cannot survive during the day. They'll die automatically, but other things like the wolves or lizard men, as you can find where I started last in my other game, they'll stick around. If undead die during the day, they don't drop any loot, but if I was to kill him at night, I'd get a bunch of bone shards because he was a skeleton. Stone or any more soul. Alright, we reached our strait here, so we are done with the first island. I do want to show you fishing. But before I do that, I want to see what these sprouts are for. They make good animal feed, so I can't use them at all right now. Might even just throw them on the ground, but I'll do that when the inventory fills up more. Eat another cabbage. Pull out our fishing line. As long as you're pointing at water and you're within range of the water, you can cast. And the rest it does automatically. You don't have to click anything or do any mini game for fishing. It'd be kind of fun if they did put in a mini game for fishing. I think that's the whole enjoyment of fishing in games is the mini game. Of course, catching stuff is always nice too, but you know, if you can play like a little mini game where you just, you know, tap the button a few times, but if you tap it too much, your line breaks, or you know, whatever. Something like that would be amazing to have, just to give you something to do rather than sitting here and waiting. And we got something that's worthless. So apparently that makes good medicine, or it's very nutritious if you put it in a stew or something. We're not anywhere near cooking right now, and those are pretty easy to get from fishing, so I'm not going to bother. Same with the sea mustard. We're looking for something we can eat right now. We're throwing a campfire and eat. There we go. We need some shrimp. I've gotten shrimp and crab from the ocean before. Strangely enough, no fish. There are different baits in the game, but those are a little higher level fishing. For the low level fishing, you don't need any kind of bait, which is also probably why I haven't caught any fish, because I don't have anything baited. The fishing pole, like any other piece of equipment, you know, the club, the torch, it does have a durability, so every time I use it, the durability will decrease. Fish one more time, then we'll continue. It's already about noon. Alright, so we got the shrimp. Not very successful fishing, but we are low level still. We're here on the second island, so now we need to work our way to this little strait here. Not gonna make it there within this daylight, so let's go ahead and do some foresting here. Get our firewood built back up. I'm going to go ahead and equip the club and bash it with the clubs. So these are shops. Every shop I go to doesn't have anything in it, so I don't know. I don't know what the point of them are, or if they just never stocked them. But we're going to go ahead and cut these trees down. And the sapling here, you can destroy it, but you don't get anything from it. I think it just takes it out. So don't expect any more lumber or twigs or anything by doing that. If another sapling falls, I will show you how to plant. It's the same kind of system as if you were placing a campfire or workbench or something. And our club is broke. Drop that. Oops. Lumber. Go ahead and cut down one more tree. Doing these guys a favor, clearing out the space in front of their shops. Okay, so this one did drop a sapling. I'll go ahead and plant it after I finish collecting everything here. I've been getting lucky with the logs too. My last file, they did not drop much. Okay, so to pick up the sapling, you hold right click and go right. You'll pick it up, it's a heavy item, so you'll move slower. And when you find a place that you want to put it, you right click, drag down, and then anywhere that shows up green, you can plant it. Might have to be a little closer. There we go. Okay, and it'll plant it as a sapling, and over time it'll actually grow into a tree. Ooh, chicken. Come here, lunch. You can collect livestock, put them in fences, and then I'm sure you can harvest eggs from this, but seeing how as I'm not settled anywhere right now, zoom in here a little bit. I'm not settled anywhere, so so it's not going to help me setting up a ranch, but once I get myself a nice little homestead, I'll go ahead and probably have some animals and some farms and stuff. And I got anatomy from killing that chicken, along with some meat. And it's getting close to nighttime here, so let's see if we can find a campfire before it gets dark. I really hate to use my own wood on a campfire. You don't have to. Though I do have enough food to get through the night, so it's not like we have to cook this tonight. Oh, that's gonna be... Hey, you know what? No, I'll save the combat for the next video. Make you come back and watch again. So it is apparent to me that I'm not going to find a campfire. So I do want to get somewhere safe. because stuff likes to kill you at night when you can't see it. And we have to get to the other side of the island. So, I think this is a good place to end this video, and I hope you enjoyed watching. And again, this was Tree of Life by oddonegames. I'll go ahead and keep making episodes of this game and start building up a series on it. If there's anything that you'd like to see in it, please leave that in the comments. If you enjoyed watching, please by all means like, comment, subscribe. I really appreciate you watching and supporting the videos. I do have a lot of other games out there that I've done reviews on as well. And here pretty soon, for those of you who have watched my Track Day Manager series, our racing league is actually getting ready to start this coming up Sunday. So I will be recording the event races and posting them on as well. And again, I'll go ahead and continue with this video series as well. So again, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.